All right. We're here with Omnath. I've done this commander before, but nothing like this. So the goal this time is to play kind of the other side of this, which is revealing things off the top of your deck that are three or more colors, and then you get that mana for the turn, like floating. So, with that in mind, I'm running as many as I think I can. Probably jam like five more in here if you're like super deep. Relative to the amount of things that let me actually cast spells. So we have like the cheap things, mostly green and colorless, that add any kind of colored mana so I can actually play the game. And then from there, it's just 3 mana nonsense. Now, we're weak to stuff, but sometimes we're strong to it. It's kind of up in the air. It's five color, do whatever happens in that given game. Just play the cards given to you, right? It's also, I wanted to see if I can make this card work. I don't think that's possible because I think this card is really bad, like really bad. But if it was ever going to do anything at all, this is exactly where you'd put it. And I have it, so let's try. I hope sometimes I get to overwhelming splendor someone. This usually wins the game, so I'm just running it with like idyllic tutor, grim tutor, and then the dig up. Not like all the tutors, because again I want to make room for all the other stuff. The lands, I don't want anything that isn't like adding colored mana, like man lands and all that. It's just there's no room for that, right? Every time I would ever go to dump mana into a land ability, it was probably better off actually casting a spell. Uro could be very difficult to escape. We'll see how many things I throw into the graveyard. Probably not too many, but we'll see. I got all the triomes. I could probably go down some of these other basics and add even more forests just for the early green plays, as they usually are the strongest thing to do. But for now, it just looks like that. Obviously, Mana Confluence, Command Tower, and the World Tree. Kind of free. Golos always getting the World Tree is amazing. Same with Hour of Promise, which in this deck is kind of like a just a second Golos. I mean, this does have a scary activation. We'll see. Now, the problem with Golos, I don't know if this is true, but if Golos throws me against tier 1 decks, I'll have to replace this. The tier 1 bracket, or just the tier bracket in general, does not just look at your commander, it does look at your deck. Now, how that works, I don't know. I've seen Golos in tier 1 and in tier 2, so it depends on what's actually inside the Golos list, apparently. I wish they were a bit more clear on this because I don't know. But if Golos being here is a problem and we're thrown against Keenan, it's gonna come right out. There are a ton of rares and mythics, so if it just sees that and we're just thrown against Keenan, then it's like, all right, well then I don't. That's another reason why you've never seen this. But for now, this is we're just gonna keep it as is, and yeah, three colored nonsense because why not? Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. Tameo. Well, let's see. Tameo gives me time, right? Tameo can't plus on my stuff. Surely. Okay, so I need one land to play the game. Oh, jeez. Oh, like if I can't keep this, what am I looking for, right? I mean, I should look for something like this. Yeah, like, I should look for something like this, or this, or something, so... A lot of our mulligans are going to be spearheaded into just a few cards, I think. Probably. Sorta, kinda. Or just green mana. Thirsting Roots. Okay, so... this one doesn't really matter. Like, at all. Whatsoever, actually. Broker's Ascendancy. Oh. Okay, so they really want to proliferate this, it seems. They really want to proliferate. I'd much rather leave up Bobble than just, like, run out of Mana Rock. Or a Mana Rock in the form of a creature that can just die, so this seems slightly better to me. Okay, so I can get... I have Jund, Mardu, and Temur in play. So black is the free one. I do have double green in hand, but I have it already in play. Oh, this is hard. White, red. Let's get a blue. Blue, red, white, green. Okay. So Tamiyo doesn't win the game, but it kind of wins the game. Should I Void Rend it right now? Beginning of your end step. Alright, if they can proliferate once, I probably lose. So let's take the time to deal with this. I think that's fine. I think I gain more time in this game if I deal with it than not dealing with it, because they seem obsessed with really trying to get to the omniscience. Whenever you cast a spell from among cards this turn, proliferate. Okay. Weird. Alright, this is actually... Can I play the backside of this? Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Alright, well, that's probably better than literally anything, so let's try that. There are some really bad hits, though. Oh, whatever. Oh, of course. Well. Hey, I actually drew, like, the best card ever. Now, this does not come back on the side I want it to, which is very bad, but if I don't answer the board, I basically lose. Let's do that. That was probably my best draw. Well, I have the Mardu ultimatum as well, so... Opponent's probably a little scared of that. I don't think you had to be, because, again, it wasn't actually, doing anything. Alright. Turn this convert into a, explore. Oh, we drew the card with text on it. Look at that. We drew the card with text. This cost, what, 8? Okay, I can guess it. Opponent doesn't want me to have fun. Well, to be fair, I kind of denied my opponent the same. I'd rather not swing and just sit behind... Oh. Okay, that's not what I expected them to do. I would have just plussed there if I were them to draw. Well, let's see what it does. First game, let's see what it does. Okay. Kind of just want to play this out of my hand instead of the cards I found. But alright. Alright, we're doing things. We're doing things. Okay, alright. Oh, my opponent's done? Oh man, that was the first game I played. I just hit Q and that's what happened. All right, cool. We actually answered something that would have been a problem very quickly, so we got kind of lucky. But we got there, so it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter, right? It's not. I'm not playing like a tier 1 thing or anything like that. Nothing competitive. Actually, I don't even think win rate is relevant when you're playing a non-ranked format. So it just doesn't matter. The philosophy of the scenario there. Okay, I'll keep this. Mainly because of the One Ring. Oh, the One Ring got nerfed. I forgot to say this in the intro. You have to pay 1 to activate it. It's not, like, who cares? It's not really much of a nerf, but it is a nerf for probably different formats. I wouldn't really consider it one here, though. Do I have the Esper lands? Black, blue, white. I actually do have Esper mana. That is pretty nice for the hand here. Now, yeah, okay. What is this? Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, imagine having to pay the 1, dude. Actually imagine. So what does this do? Return, counter, instant, or destroy creature or planeswalker. I have the One Ring. Let's just use the Obscura Charm. Because why not? Yeah, I have one of everything anyways, that's true. Okay. Creatures you control have vigilance and add mana, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what does this do? Just that. Could have killed this so they only gained one, but who really cares, right? It's not that big of a deal. Red, white, green, or black, white, black. Okay, One Ring. Could wait. I could just play this first. Yeah, I kind of regret playing my untapped land. No, the fact that I played my untapped land, I just gotta play this. Oh, you can't immediately tap the ring on 4. That is true. Look at that. Nerf is relevant. I guess we're just waiting for Ruinous Ultimatum to be a thing. We're just sort of in that department right now. Which means I should only play Mardu-colored lands if I can. Which technically both of these are. I have no enchantment that would stop this off the Idyllic Tutor. So let's lead here. The World Tree is good. Not right now, but maybe I just play it anyways. Yeah. And then play... Okay, what does this actually do? Can I even cast it? Green, white... No, I cannot currently cast it, so it doesn't matter. Let's play this. Makes it more interesting? Well, absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't just win the game instantly. On turn 4, especially for other formats. This one, you know, I don't know. We'll see how relevant the 1 mana is. Right, because you don't expect to play the One Ring on curve when you have one copy of it in 100 cards. So usually it's not really that relevant the turn you play it in this specific format. Okay, this doesn't have vigilance, does it? This is the second game where people had stuff. It's pretty bad against me here, or bad for me. Okay, we can play this. Actually, this is an enchantment, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's play you. And I look for an untapped land, which is kind of unfortunate, but I need to play the Ruinous Ultimatum next turn. So, yeah. Okay, got something going on. Sort of, kind of, not really. Are they missing white mana? They're missing white mana. That's why the Atraxa hasn't been played yet. Unless I'm tripping. No, they could do it here. They could do it here. Yeah, so they have it. Okay, well, I have to probably not take 13. Just take 5. I really wish they could cast Atraxa right now. Tragic. But yeah, there's no reason to Broker's Charm other than, I guess, drawing cards. So. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably never tapping this One Ring, but let's see if annihilating their stuff is good here. No white mana. No white mana off the top, right? No white mana off the top. Alright, good. Huge. Alright, Omnath. Do something stupid. Real quick. Just real quick. Alright. We did the thing. We're at the spot. Opponent's doing the cycles. They got nothing. No swingies. Surely we win before, yes! Before the One Ring kills us. Alright. Second game, look at that, easy. What was it, a 1, 2, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a casual 6 for 1. Opponent just couldn't handle it. Never found the white source, but they did have it with the mana dorks. They just didn't use it to cast it because they were preoccupied doing other things, which is reasonable, right? Especially when I'm about to die. So if I didn't actually block that 8/8 with Rafine, I would have died to the ring. So that was, yeah. I have not seen anyone play it before. Well, not yet. I'm sure it was in their deck, but I mean, maybe it wasn't. It is like a 40 mana drop, which you don't really ever want ever in your hand when you're playing mono white. Okay. So 2/2, I can play I guess the one with more toughness. Just dies to slightly less things. Still not really that great, though. Man, the One Ring will not leave me alone. Fortunately for us, we didn't have much of use for that first mana dork. Okay. Golos, right? Yeah. Probably get the World Tree. Well, definitely, because I have 2 swamps. I'd like to not be swamps. That is totally fine. Golos did not need to live. Already got the World Tree. Kind of did way more degenerate stuff than it ever had any right to do. There's a slight argument to never play a Plains, but that's just, again, not really something I expect to be a reality. Okay, so let's play you, because I can play it again. It dies. Oh, look, it died. Wow, who would have guessed? Who'd have thought? Wait, what? Okay. This? Grave Pact Arena lololol. Okay, let's play... Highest mana value? Just be that. Actually, let's play... I don't want to play this, but maybe I just should. Fine. I played them backwards, I don't draw a card. But I wanted to see what was in the hand, and maybe it would have dictated me leaving one of these up, but it doesn't, so I won't. This is any creature, right? Whenever a creature you control dies. Yeah, okay. So we're not super reliant on creatures this game, that's for sure. You'd not have thunk it, yeah. Okay, so I have to pay life if I'm leaving up a charm, and I definitely am. Oh, hey, it's Uro. Ooh, I really want to cast Uro. I really want to cast that card. Both of these are meh, but I don't know. Let's make them sack their Spider Queen. I need a way to, like, block better. Earl's definitely not doing anything when they're just going to eat it. And I can't really block because I'll have to sack everything. So I'm just not going to do that. Well, that's not a bad draw. Oh, I forgot to float black. Oh, no, never mind. I think I'm going to lead with Earl here, actually. It goes away, but I'll just see if I get more things to do. Kind of. Alright, let's just do the stupid dumb here. Oh, we got Nicol Bolas! Yes! Nice. Let's exile... Wait, the plus is an exile, right? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna kill this just because it deals with my stuff too much. It just exiles Uro, which could be relevant. And I could play this right now. I also could just not. But I think I will. And pass. I don't really need Omnath anymore either, but this Grave Pact is still a huge problem. Sacrifice a creature, you draw... Alright, so well, now I'll just literally never have cards in play. Creatures, at least. Till the end of your turn? Oh, that doesn't really work for my opponent now, does it? I can't block because it wouldn't matter, and at least this way I get to keep Omnath around. But yeah, there was no way to keep that alive anyways. Okay, so I can go find... Oh! 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 Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, so Farewell Splendor. I'm always getting one of those, right? And then the other one just doesn't matter, so I guess Grim Tutor? Sure. Because then I can Grim Tutor something even better if they just don't give me the other ones, so... They don't give me Farewell. Oh, I love it. Alright, well, guess what I'm gonna get anyways. Just take a quick guess. What am I gonna get anyways? Alright, so we exile artifacts, creatures, and graveyard. No, whoa, no. No graveyards. Artifacts. No, can't exile my enchantments there. Alright. And then we can play nothing. Because we are in a good spot. Could have exiled their commander out of their graveyard, but who really cares? Okay, that doesn't do anything. Okay. I think no, wait, it doesn't create a token. Okay, let's do this. Well, that's not great. I'll just take a land, I guess. This mills for Uro, which is really nice. Alright, so we have so many win conditions that it doesn't matter if they have Grave Pact, unless it goes absolutely banana sandwich. It just doesn't really matter. I will not sack anything. Black-red just can't really stop Overwhelming Splendor. It's just not possible, right? They have Feed the Swarm, I guess, but that's really slow. And it takes 8 life from them, so it's not great. Oh, look at all these 1/1s. Look at all these 1/1s, dude. Oh, no, you're not... No, I'm not taking one. Village Rights? Alright, alright. Vampiric Rites. Yep. They found more sack outlets. Kind of tragic. This is like a really bad card, so I just won't cast it. Let's go find a really good one. You know what? Let's just blow everything up and make them scoop. Why don't we just do that? I think this triggers Grave Pacts anyways, but I don't really care. Nice. Yep, like I said, they're gonna scoop if I play that. Alright, yeah. Alright, so we took out some of like the really, really bad cards that like didn't have much going on other than the casting cost just for this trigger. And added some 4-mana ramp spells just to accept that fate, right? Like, oh, you know, early ramp into mid ramp, and then like, yeah, this just feels way better. I need a green. That's not fair. If I don't find a green, this game is just done. So that's just not realistic. Okay, fine. Let's get rid of. Ooh, maybe we get rid of. Okay. This is how the kids say monk is sus, but it plays magic, and we can do that. Keeping this as like big loose because they are a black-green deck, and this is vulnerable. But Tome of the Guild Pact, that doesn't tap for mana, does it? I mean, if it does, I like it, I guess. But if it doesn't tap for mana, that's not what we're about, right? Actually casting the threats, the threat itself does not need assist. Tome is the one that gives your multicolored cards larger in stats, right? Oh, it does tap for mana? Oh, look at it then. Maybe I don't own it and I didn't see it when I went to make this, which is actually quite possible. Okay, so play this, and then what? Hope it's good enough. My opponent milled Infernal Grasp. Get wrecked. I actually want to play like Boring Nath instead. No, we'll play this one. We didn't come here not to do this, so. Alright, one removal spell down. As in, they never drew it. Went right to the graveyard, but they really wish they did draw it. Surely there's no second one. Grip full of 7. It's literally impossible. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, okay. Yep. Oh, it just made him lose. Posed by God tier random openers. There's nothing you can really do about it. Just one of every card, you know, leads up to that. This is a funny hand, though. I like it. I like this, too. That's pretty cool. I just played this deck in the Three Little Piggies deck in the weird event going on, the alchemy thing. And I like the board one. This is probably the best of the three, I think, just because it turns into a 4-mana 4/4, and it was really good for that specifically, because no one can really answer the 4/4 flyer in that specific format with all the decks, except I think the board deck itself, because it has removal next to it. Beast Peasant, merchant food, sacrifice food. Okay. All right, so we can play one of these two. Can I play this and then what? 3-mana Void Rend? I think I'd rather just say... Alright. Let's do this. Let's get a black and a blue. And we have Chromatic Lantern, so kind of turn this into anything. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This. I can play this in the ring. Alright, I don't need that, and I'll give them a random card because I'm not going to drop anything else. Surely it's just a land. Choose a creature type. Boar. Choose a creature type. But it said bet. But it said boar. Alright, so play you. Play you. Draw. Did I play a land yet? I don't think I did. Let's see if I find one. Hey, huge. The World Tree. Oh, they are a 5-color deck. Right, they have Gigantha. Wait, they have Gigantha? What? Opponent has Gigantha in the command zone. What? Why? I don't. Let him cook. Oh, that's tragic. It's. I mean, it's not bad, but kind of wish I got like better cards. Let's do you. Go get the big scary spook. Big spooky scary. Yeah, there's better. You could play like the first sliver, and if you could just pull off Gigantha's companion clause. Okay, yeah, I was about to say. I don't know if Boars beats my first threat. Log on to World of Nerdcraft. So I like this. When it works, it feels amazing. There are games where it made sense maybe to go for Omnath instead of something else that I was doing, but Omnath as a backup strategy is still totally solid. As a 5 mana or 5 color value commander, the first sliver is probably still just better, like just actually casting. But if you can flip things off the top that burst out a bunch of mana, and then you use that mana to cast something very strong very early, then it's worth it, right? You could flip any of the cheaper stuff and still flip into enough mana to have a big scary, big scary turn. What I said about Tome ended up being true, right? Like, I would much rather this be a much, much cheaper ramp spell, probably just another mana dork, or a highly impactful spell itself, because actually casting this is not that great. Like, you cast this, and then you kind of wish it was anything that actually impacted the board, especially 5 and up. So it doesn't really do that at all, and it doesn't get you to your 7s like Hour of Promise at least does, or, you know, Gullos coming with a stat stick that has a scary ability. So Tome is just slow. If I'm casting large giant threats and they're not working, then drawing every time I do that doesn't change anything at all. It's just a waste of a spot for the most part. So probably more cheap ramp would be in order. There are certainly more options. Not any colorless, though. I don't want any colorless ramp. Wayfarer's Bauble is kind of rough. It is like 3 mana just to net 1, unlike Cultivate. You know, it adds a land to your hand and stuff. I did like Uriel, surprisingly. Wormcoil is good. Ujin, actually, the colorless 6 mana Ujin could make sense here. Just another colorless threat, so I'm not like color screwed when I cast something relatively impactful. Even though Ujin is just going to do the exact same thing Nicobolus does, which is minus and then die. So, you know, a 6 mana Vindicate that your opponent has to kill is something, I guess. It discounts some of your colorless stuff and can draw you, but I don't know. Meeting of the 5 is kind of neat. It did something, I think, 1 game, and that was kind of cool. It's alright. It feels like a slightly worse Genesis Ultimatum every time, but, you know, you can't run 2 of these, so it is what it is. A Merchant Ultimatum could have slightly more high impact cards to hit, so you always have 2 very scary things for that to do every time you cast it, but it never came up like that. You could run more tutors, could run more green sources and shave some of these other basics to make room for more green, so I can run more cheap green ramp early to then get to the actual, like, business, which would be nice. But as it stood, it wasn't that bad, just doing that part. Another board wipe is possible too. There are games where I just die because I didn't interact with the board, and then, you know, when I go to actually do that, it's not fast enough. So, like Wrath of God and stuff. But avoiding double mana colored cards would be very ideal. Like, Nicobolus is just so hard to cast. Probably impossible to cast in turn 5. So, like, really needing ways to color fix early, if that's the plan, is something I have to do. And I don't know how reliable that is. I'm not going to sort through my collection right now at the end, but for the mana base, I would change a little bit. But for the deck list I upload, I might change it just a bit to have a smoother early game, so you can actually, like, again, get to things that cost more than 5. Or just get Omnath in play turn 4 even more consistently, which I did struggle with a little bit. which I kind of did not expect, to be honest. But I mean, in hindsight, I guess it was the plains. Actually, it was the white sources that I struggled with. I was like, oh, I'll just get a swamp every time I need to ramp because there's like a lot of black that I'd like to play. But this doesn't care about the black. You know, it cares about the white. You can cast this without the black. You know, but I want to cast my emergent ultimatum. Well, you know, tough luck. Pick one. Probably better to play this in games where I would have lost if I didn't. Yep, that's all I've got. So if you have ideas, you know, your Omnath list, you want to share the ideas of what does and doesn't work, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Yes, it is very expensive. Very expensive deck. Now go away. Go to bed.